Hello. Oh, hello, hello. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will not be recording this video in this weird accent. But maybe I should someday. My stomach just growled. Oh, yeah. There it goes. So, hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hello. Hello, hi. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So, I wanted to just make a chill out video because these are my favorite, where I'm gonna show you something I just got a couple days ago in the mail. This is a journal. It's a journal, technically. So, this was on my wish list forever, and I often browse my wish list just to see if there are like price drops, and this was down to like I want to say 637 or 47. 37 or 47. I want these turned in a little bit, and then we'll center them again. There we go. Also, hey, it's frizzy hair season, and this is what happens when I air dry my hair. Usually when it's like nice and wavy and natural, that's what happens when I sleep on it wet. But this is what happens when I just let it air dry without sleeping on it. I think that sleeping on it prevents it from getting crazy frizz. But yeah, it's hot in here, and what the fuck, bangs? My bangs are doing a weird whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-whoop-whoop-de, whoop-de-whoop-oo, whoop-de-whoop-oo. And let's see. This definitely had a price drop. Where can I see it? I'll go to my orders. It was down to 6 something from $21.99, and even right now it's back up to $9.29. That's my birthday. So I snagged it while it was like under $7 because it's like a $20 plus book. And I remember I put it on my wish list like before it even came out, and it was like still pre-order. And the reason is because I don't know if you have seen or remember my tarot videos, but I am in love with the Wild Unknown tarot deck. It was my first official tarot deck that I have ever owned, and it was a gift from Tony, and it opened a whole new world for me. So it has just been amazing, and it's so beautiful. And I found it to be so relatable and fun. So the same illustrator came out with this same theme of a journal. So this is the Wild Unknown journal, and I thought that it would be like journaling with prompts from the deck, the tarot deck, the Wild Unknown tarot, but it turns out it is not at all what I thought it was going to be. And I found it to be very inspiring, and I want to read some of it to you and show it to you. And maybe, you know, if it's still on such a discount, maybe you'd like to grab one for yourself. So, I'm just going to open it up. Opening this up was so great, and I kind of wish that I had waited to do it fresh on camera, but it is just my microphones are gonna get in the way a bit, but it's beautiful. It has beautiful art all throughout the whole book. Let's turn the page. Here it says The Wild Unknown Journal. Let me maybe move these mics over this way a bit, and we'll see. We still got this fuzzy guy is still in the way a little bit. So how can I move that? Okay, let's try it like this. Alright, The Wild Unknown Journal. The Wild Unknown Journal. For Mrs. Parsons, my first drawing teacher. I don't remember who my first art teacher was. I remember my art teacher from high school, who was very inspirational to me. I remember that one of my best friends and I both had her in 8th grade, and it was her first year teaching, and we were just like rebel kids, you know, like we just kind of fucked around. Like my clique was very much the like skaters and stoners. So me and my friend were sitting at a table in the back of the class, and he was flipping through some skate magazine, and I don't know what I was doing, maybe listening to music or something. And I remember that I don't remember exactly how it happened, but she made an effort to like reach out to us specifically, because I think she related very much to us and maybe saw a bit of us in herself. Saw a bit of herself in us, maybe, yeah. And we developed a great relationship because she was a punk kid, you know, when she was younger. And I remember that she had like a 2 or 3 disc set of the full Ramones discography, and she let me borrow it so that I could rip it to my computer and burn copies. And I thought that was awesome. She had this whole big collection of music that we liked and stuff that we didn't know yet, and it was so cool. So yeah, I think everybody has, you know, teachers that they remember fondly and have great experiences with. God, teachers are so important and so undervalued as far as pay and stuff in society, you know. Jesus. Anyways, hello, tangent. Okay, so all right, back on track with the Wild Unknown Journal. Here is a table of contents. Now, welcome to it's hard to do this, the Wild Unknown Journal, the Labyrinth of Creativity. You have now entered the Labyrinth of Creativity. So I just love the art design so much. I love this this mix of pretty lettering and watercolor. Okay. I'm going to read you this page. What is a labyrinth? Within the walls of the labyrinth, you will find no direct path and no right answers. In every way, the labyrinth mimics the creative process. No matter what anyone says, there is no universal map. The way cannot be known, but must be traveled. It is difficult, but beyond rewarding. The labyrinth pulls you toward its center, where for a moment you glimpse the infinite magic of the creative self. Can we reach the center? I can't pretend to know for certain. My instinct is to say we only glimpse it for brief moments. Why? Because within the center of the labyrinth, you will find another, deeper, more complex and magical labyrinth. This goes on and on infinitely. Thankfully, there is no perfect. If there were, that would be the end. Creativity, by its very nature, has no finality, only growth. Let yourself be pulled toward the center. I will meet you there. And this page here says, what is seeking you? What is seeking you? You do not have to go the whole way on your own. You only have to take the first step. It will meet you along the way, and you will recognize each other like old friends. What is it, you ask? It is the center of the labyrinth, which some may call the self, the spirit, the soul, the great mystery, the abyss. It responds to many names. It is an unknown force that is always, in all ways, reaching out to us. When we connect to it, through creative practice or any other means, it welcomes us onto its back. It carries us through the labyrinth of life like a chariot galloping toward the light. We may think we know what we want, what we need, and where we are going, but the chariot carries us somewhere new. This journey is the essence of the creative life. Creative practice. Now, this is something that I have been practicing. It's important to practicing, and I've tried to make a habit of I don't know the word I'm looking for. I've tried to make a habit of, I guess, forcing myself to open up creatively on a more regular basis for the first time in a very, very long time, even if that is just some doodling. And I guess this probably explains it better than I do, so I'm gonna read it to you. I'm not holding it for that long this time. Okay, there is a wondrous word that is used consistently in my 3 favorite disciplines: spirituality, psychology, and creativity. This word is practice. But what does it really mean? When are we practicing, and when are we doing the real thing? This is an unanswerable question. One could easily argue practice never ends. One could also argue that every moment is the real thing. So my humble answer to the question is both, always. Let's envision a professional athlete. When they are training, they are surely practicing. Yet when they enter a competition, they are also practicing the real thing. This is slippery territory, but stay with me. The slipperiness comes because the real thing is elusive. It moves ahead as we grow. Like the center of the labyrinth, it pulls us deeper as we approach it, leading us into new territory. When the athlete looks back at the competition years later, they will realize it was only practice leading them to the present moment. There are signifiers, though, that tell us when we are practicing. When we practice, we are present. When we practice, we are in a headspace of humility, expansion, and a desire to learn. It might even be so engaging and fun that we lose track of time. This is the headspace I have chased my whole life. In fact, I am practicing writing at this very moment. Through language, I am attempting to be present with you amid the goings-on in my life. When we practice, we show up. It happens every time, like magic. As for my own personal practice, I have been drawing nearly every day since I was 15. I was lucky to have a drawing teacher with a disciplined approach to draftsmanship. She instilled in me the idea that if I drew and drew and drew, that eventually the line would awaken and come to life, that my drawings could contain psychic energy that others could feel. This idea compelled me. It led me to draw like a maniac all through my teens and 20s. Perhaps the line did awaken at some point. Perhaps you can feel all these hours spent calling the force forward. No matter what your relationship to creativity or spirituality is, my hope is that you use this journal to reconnect to the idea of practice. To your practice, whatever that looks like. It could be writing, meditating, sketching, dancing, drawing, or just playing around with line and color. Creativity will remain an elusive gem until we call it toward us with consistency and longing. Then at some point, you will notice the practice pulling you toward the real thing. And what is the real thing, you dare to ask? We all felt it and seen it before. When you witness any creative force, the stroke of a painter, the last line of a poem, the baker's bread in your mouth, the snowboarder spinning through the sky, you are witnessing firsthand the sum of all their practice pitched perfectly with the grace of letting go. The two are forever dueling forces of life, of creativity. They are the rider and the chariot together at last. For a moment, all is right in the world, and we sense ourselves at the very center of life's labyrinth. May you use these pages to reach out to that infinite force within, again and again and again. Practice makes practice. And then this page here is not a big long passage, but it just says wisdom from the sage Patanjali. Any practice done consistently over a long period of time with love in your heart produces results. Any practice done consistently over a long period of time with love in your heart produces results. Any practice done consistently over a long period of time with love in your heart produces results. You and I are collaborators traversing space and time. You and I have not met, yet within the magical pages of this journal, we become collaborators. This is an intimate experience. I have added a bit of myself, my thinking, my dreams, and my creativity to every page. You will do the same. We will do the best we can together. Right now I'm going through a certain time in my life that is full of mysterious feelings and junctures. It is likely you are too, no matter if you are at a high point or low point, are elated or confused, whether you use this book in 2018, 2020, or 2100. You and I will still be building a unique collaborative image on every page. Creativity supersedes time and space. If you don't believe me, just take the drawing of the crystal on the opposite page. It is the gem that hangs in the window of my studio by the Oregon coast on this sunny day in February. I have brought this crystal into your hands, delivered the image to you at this very moment. How can this be? Where was it before? It was with me, wasn't it? Now we share it. Now it is your turn to color it, disguise it, add a rainbow, lightning, collage an eagle into the center, write a poem across its shape, perhaps paint hands that reach toward its light. What you do with it will be unique, never to be repeated, a joining of your psyche and mine. Did you ever think we would make art together? In the labyrinth, anything is possible. We have traversed space and time together, you and I. This is the magic of creativity and collaboration. Go ahead and feel it. So, while I was discovering this journal, I kind of made the decision to not mark it up. I guess I will probably go on a little more about that after this page. So this page here says how to use this journal, and on this side it says there is no right or wrong, there is only action or inaction, which I found to be a pretty powerful statement. How to use this journal. Arrow this way. What does this mean? It means that the only wrong way to use this journal is to not use it at all, to not explore the pages that stir curiosity in you. That is the whole idea, to summon your sense of wonder, to challenge you, to provide a space for the wild and the unknown within you to be expressed. Once you get started, you may find that it seems like there's a correct way to respond to certain pages. I'm playing a bit of a trickster here, though. Oh, how the artist loves to play tricks. So please take my prompts as literally or as metaphorically as you want to. For example, let's look at the extend prompt. On the next page, you'll find 4 ways you could approach it. Each is a valid, correct expanse. Ugh, I fucked that sentence up. Each is valid, correct, expansive, and wondrous. There are a million more responses I could envision, and a zillion more I can't envision at this moment, but would love for you to show me on social media or elsewhere. How many responses can come from the prompt extend? It's up to you to decide. These are just a few. Possibility 1. The extend prompt is just this, it's just this kind of sunburst thing, and it's really hard for me to show you because I'm trying to look at a mirrored image, but let's see. Extend. Possibility 1. You think, we'll just extend the lines. This is the obvious solution. I say yes. You will train your eye and hand to work together to draw those straight lines without getting too fussy. This is no small feat. You will end up with an energetic, expressive page. Do it. Possibility 2. You think, what does extend really mean? I will extend the lines visually and energetically, but not with the same line. I'll do it with paint, with color. I say yes. Here we go, my friend. Are the lines dashed, swirling, thick or thin, colored? You tell me. Possibility 3. This one has writing all over it. You think, yep, I'm going to extend my writing all the way across this page, and the drawing may intersect with my words in a cool way. Let's see what happens. I say, yes, please. Will you write from left to right or top to bottom in a circle? Show me. Possibility 4. You think, what's the prompt? I forgot already. I'm doing my own thing. I say, hello, fellow rule Blaker. I'd ask you to post a pic of your page of wild abandon, but that will only make you not want to. I know the mind of a renegade. Still, if you use their hashtag, I will smile big time. So, and then here's a page on the different materials you can use, or just whatever you want. And in return, you can expand your mind, strengthen your skills, conquer self-limiting beliefs, build resilience, and be connected to us all. So, my fellow brave traveler, you have already taken the first step to take another. Close your eyes, pick a page, and begin. And remember, the whole world travels with you. So that is the end of the little intro, and then the rest of it are these beautiful prompts. And I'll just open to a couple. Drift. This is a 2-page prompt. Drift. Ruminate. Simplify and elaborate. Amplify this heart. Multiply. Tons of little hearts. Invent. You have a little code template here. Encode. I haven't even looked at all of them yet. So, mirror. And let's see. Here is encircle. And I like that one. So here, conceal and reveal. What the fuck? Bang. Just stay in one piece, please. Illuminate and study. It's on this page, and there are a couple pages in here that have code on them, and I have not decoded them yet. Here's one. Decipher and translate. So I find that but especially at a discounted price. This was a very good buy for creatives, essentially. So, and like I said, I find this art style to be very humble and raw. You know, it's not polished. There are pages of pen and marker, and like literally looks like just markers, you know? Look at 𝑁𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍. This looks like just straight up markers. It looks like just a little doodle. But I like that it's encouraging. Here's color. I like the whole idea of this collaborative practice. I think it's really cool. So yeah, I am happy to add it to my little book collection, and it feels very at home here with me already. I guess that's it. I just wanted to show you my new little treasure. Thank you for hanging out with me, my frizzy frizz, and I will see you very, very soon. Very soon. Bye.